What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We're here to drop another video. I told y'all yesterday I was going to do a reaction. If you were on my live last night, I was going to do a full reaction to this Jason Whitlock video where he says, blame WNBA lesbians for broke back Caitlin Clark, where he presented some theories of his, some speculation of his. And I got to say, I do agree with a lot of what he said in this particular video, and it makes a lot of sense. So we're going to react to this video live with y'all for y'all and give you our feedback. We've given some of it already, but we're going to jump back into this a little bit more, dig down a little bit deeper. And, you know, you may agree, you may disagree, you may feel how you feel, but, you know, at the end of the day, you look at situations, you have to take a step back with a wider lens, and you have to be realistic of what you're talking about, what you're seeing. And what we're seeing is the breaking down brick by brick of one Caitlin Clark by the Indiana Fever and the WNBA. Hit the intro. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Indiana Fever Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I am your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showmont. Hit that like button, subscribe, hype the video, leave your comments. We got the two platforms. We got Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball, Indiana Fever Unfiltered. Please subscribe to both channels. I greatly appreciate that. With no further ado, let's jump in on this video right here with Jason Whitlock. Let me share the screen with y'all, and we can jump right on in on this thing, because I absolutely agree with this video. And when I saw it, I was like, yo, I'm gonna definitely do a reaction to this thing, because I agree with it. I gotta admit, I agree with it. Take a listen. Take a listen.
The destruction of Caitlin Clark might be complete. This whole secular, feminist, matriarchal, slave to the LGBTQ agenda may have completely destroyed Caitlin Clark. Game one of her third season, the mysterious blue seating pad shows back up. I thought that was a last year thing. What's going on here?
Apparently, the only people that notice the blue seating pad are people that have eyes. I don't know, because no one else is sitting on a blue seating pad.
Why is Caitlin Clark running back to the tunnel? Why is Caitlin Clark, after running into the tunnel, immediately spotted wearing a back brace?
Apparently, it's a high. It's not a back brace according to some people. It's a back brace. It's a heating pad, whatever the hell you want to call it. Why isn't Aaliyah Boston wearing one? Why isn't Lexi Hull wearing one? Why isn't anyone else wearing one? Well, because they're just not injured on their back. They don't have a back issue. But they're gonna sit here and try to spin it that they have that everyone's having back adjustments done mid-game.
In game one, at 24 years old?
Keep saying
Hold
that.
up. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Something ain't right.
You don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to say Caitlin Clark has come into the season injured
Again.
at 24.
Again.
It starts creeping in the back of my mind. It's like, if Caitlin Clark is damaged goods, drafting a point guard in the first round makes sense.
It
How
does.
do you have
It does.
John Elway at 23, 24 at quarterback, and then you draft a quarterback in the first round
You
in
wouldn't.
year 3?
You
How
wouldn't.
do you have Michael Jordan at your shooting guard, and then in year 3, let's draft another shooting guard in the first round? That's a
Again, you wouldn't. You wouldn't, and you wouldn't.
red flag. That's a clue.
I think when we're all really young, we don't learn proper mechanics, and then it doesn't get exposed until something happens. And trying to get her body mechanically the way that it needs to go. This is going to be an ongoing thing.
For life. This is for life. I made a video. She's gonna have back issues for life. This ain't going away. Have we seen the? Will we ever see the Iowa version of Caitlin Clark ever again? I'm putting it out there. Will we ever see that version again? Will we see the version that brought us to the WNBA? Or are we all now going to turn off our damn TVs?
The woman just said this is going to be an ongoing thing all season.
Forget all season. That's the rest of her life. You don't ever get away from back problems.
Remember Larry Bird laying down in front of the Boston Celtics bench in his 30s? Did that ever get better?
Nope.
Caitlin Clark got manhandled and beaten up in year 1. And I don't think she's ever recovered. And I think they know it.
That one right there is a pretty hard fall to the back, by the way.
Why else is all this marketing and promotion by the WNBA, NBC, and ESPN? Why is it all centering around Paige Beckers and Asia Wilson and Sabrina Ionescu?
I'm so happy I get to walk you ladies around on your first day at NBC and Peacock. Many legendary women have graced these hallowed halls. Let's go.
They know Caitlin Clark is not long-term for this league. That would be my speculation. Sherlock Holmes. They're trying to hustle us until Caitlin Clark can't play anymore, and they're hoping that, hey, by the time you figure that out, that she's not going to be super Caitlin, and that she may have a limited career because of what we put her through in her rookie year. By then, we hope you've fallen in love with Paige Beckers and Asia Wilson and Sabrina Ionescu and Angel Reese. And hopefully before you ever fully wake up, Juju Watkins will be here. This is a hazing process that they put Caitlin Clark through. This is a college fraternity, a lesbian college fraternity that had a white heterosexual woman pledge into the WNBA. And Dejanay Carrington and Marina Mabry and the other LGBTQ thugs damaged this woman with their brutal style of play.
I don't want to make it seem like it was the worst thing ever, because people go through a lot worse than what I went through. I think it was just the mental challenge of it all. And, they
damaged their rookie, hazing her way too aggressively. And now they're apologizing now that she's damaged and destroyed potentially. We've been had. And that's why Sherlock Holmes is on the case.
All right. So before we jump into the rest of this thing, where he has some other people on the show with him, it's hard to deny what he's saying. It's hard to deny it, man. It's in your face. It's there. It's absolutely there. So when you look at it, I don't see how you can deny what we're seeing. I just don't see it. How do you deny this? We watched her in year 1 get pummeled to the ground over and over and over again. And now in year 2, she comes into the season already injured. We all know she was already injured. And then on top of that, she misses a large portion of the season, three quarters of the season. And she comes back, and she wasn't injured playing. It didn't appear that she was injured playing for Team USA. And now she's back with the team, her main squad, the Indiana Fever. And in game 1 of the preseason, she has a back brace on. a heating pad on, whatever you want to call it, and she's sitting on this big blue cushion. Does she have a tailbone injury? I mean, I'm asking the question. Is she damaged goods at this point? Have they destroyed her body so much that fast that she is not ever going to be the player that she was for Iowa, even at the second half of her rookie season? Is that what we're going to see? Have we seen the last of that player? I would hope not. I would genuinely hope not, but you have to keep your eyes open on what's going on. They're marketing the heck out of Paige Beckers. They're marketing everybody else. Her own team is putting up Damaris Dantas posters as the reason you should come to the season opener. Her coach goes out of her way to focus on Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston as this connector of parts. They drafted a point guard with their first round draft pick when they're in desperate need of size. Maybe they know what we don't know, that she's really not in good physical condition and that she won't be long term. Maybe that's the reality. Maybe it's something that we're going to have to accept. We're not going to like it, but maybe it's something that we're going to have to actually accept, unfortunately. Let's continue. Let's listen in on what he had to say with his colleagues here, Steve Kim and a couple others that jump on here.
Trey, I think they know. And again, I'm starting to come off of Stephanie White's not incompetent. The Indiana Fever are not incompetent. They just have more information about her health than the public does. And they're making decisions based on that information that we don't know. And it kind of makes sense once you know, like, no, this girl's got back problems at 24 that Stephanie White has said, yeah, she's going to be dealing with that all season. That means she'll be dealing with that the rest of her limited career.
Well, let's start from small picture to big picture. First of all, Jason, Caitlin Clark has been terrible on defense from the time I first saw her. She gives no effort on defense. So
He's not lying, man. She doesn't play defense. She's not a good defensive player. She doesn't give effort on defense. People may not like to hear that, but that's always been the truth.
That's not indicative of anything. Second thing is that with her, with this injury at 24 years old, and this is the first game of the season. I've had back injuries and I'm an athlete. When your back hurts, you can't do anything. You can't play any sport. You cannot run. You can't jump. You can't move. You can't bend over. If you move your lower back just a little bit, it hurts. You can't play any sport well when your back is hurting, any sport. Now, bigger.
Again, I said the same thing last night. When your back's hurting, you can't do anything well. You can try. You can push your body to the limit. But you can't play at a high, you're not going to play at that level that you played at before the back injury. Back injuries are debilitating. You're 24. You're 24. I'm not saying she can't have a WNBA career. Didn't say that. I'm saying, have we seen the last of the person that we thought we were going to get for a long time in the WNBA? Are we going to get that version, that logo shooting three-point player, that player that can push tempo at a high pace and can get by people the whole night? Are we done seeing that?
Picture when it comes to Caitlin Clark is that she represents the economic infrastructure of the WNBA. The players and a lot of the fans try to pretend as if that's not the case. She is the infrastructure. She is the bottom line. The league's growth is based on her coming in, a bunch of fans coming with her and investing in all the teams and all the leagues based on, hey, we have this right here. And it looks good right now. But if she falters and she can't play and the fans start to respond to the fact that she's either a diminished player or she's not playing at all, then we're going to get the lagging indicators that show up in about 2 or 3 years when the league is in financial trouble again, based on all the investments they received and all the investments they have made based on projections of where this league is going to go because of the growth and the upward growth, what it looked like over the last 3 years, 2-3 years with Caitlin Clark and the other players that came in. But it's Caitlin Clark and the other players. Without that Caitlin Clark piece, this is going to look good for a couple of years, but by about 2028, 2030, this is going to look really bad if she is actually damaged goods. So this remains to be seen for now.
I wonder if he's read all those books behind him. I wonder if he's read all these books. or if it's the same book a million times. I don't know. I agree with him. Um, I agree with him. It's all the projections. TV viewership is going to go down. If Caitlin Clark is not the Caitlin Clark that we came in watching, and she's not that player, their ratings are going to go down. They're not going to continue to increase. In fact, they didn't increase last year in the finals. They decreased. They decreased from 24 to 25 in the finals. People ignore that part. There was a decrease in viewership. The highest rated games ever in WNBA history remain Caitlin Clark games. They're not these teams that are in the finals. She is the growth of the league. She is the financial cash cow of the league. She is the reason the league has had this ability to claim valuations that are through the freaking roof. When the reality is, if she's not in the league, all those numbers are going to come back to earth because a lot of people are going to stop watching. A lot of people.
Yeah.
You think it'll take that long, though? I
Yes,
think it's
it'll
going to
take
be
that long.
quicker than that. Steve,
It'll take that long. Or let me interject real
Go
quick.
ahead.
It'll take that long because of the financial investments that have been made by the teams and into the league. It will take a while before those numbers, before the chickens come home to roost financially. It may start to look bad and sound bad on social media over the next year or two, but financially, they'll be looking good for about 2-3 years before the invoices come in.
Huh.
Oh.
Jason, I've been watching some videos of our guy Hawk Nation, Maurice
Yeah.
from Keep the Vision. They're already doing videos. The decline in terms of attendance is already kind of noticeable. It really is. I don't know if you want to call it gradual or if it's a steep decline, but there's already indicators that it's happened now. It's interesting. They've already got the new collective bargaining agreement. They're able to leverage a deal, which you may or may not call exorbitant. So for the time being, the whole league is thinking, at least in terms of the players, hey, we got ours. We're good. I actually think now the story is if Caitlin Clark is just a diminished product who's going to fade into Bolivian, right? I think that next CBA is going to be really interesting down the line.
Well, this is interesting. What happens generally, you can't really put, the jack in the box back in the box, right? Like, how do you walk back a CBA do you remember the outrageous increases on that thing? Like the salaries have gone from like around $100,000 to $500,000. Like the Supermaxes have gone up like 400% in that league. How do you then walk that all the way back when your league is hemorrhaging money again and in financial ruin? I don't know that you can. We could be talking about the shuttering of the WNBA, the end of the WNBA as we know it. After the NBA has kept this.
I'm beginning to believe that won't happen. The shuttering of the league. The league is not going to shut down. Like we at this point, I think we're going to have to accept the reality that the league is not going to shut down. The league is going to continue to move on, but it will not move on with the financial numbers. Then after the CBA, there might be a reversal on CBA numbers because it's not making money. And this is all predicated on Caitlin Clark. I mean, let me pull this video down for 1 second and put up for y'all what we got right here. This is Wednesday night's game, the Indiana Fever at the LA Sparks. Okay, this is the game. I want you to look at this court. This court right here. This is Ticketmaster. Look at this court right here. Like seriously, look at what's going on. This is the game. I'm based on what I'm looking at. Based on what I'm looking at, they sold out all these seats. Based on what I'm looking at, there are no tickets available left for this game. Standard. But you know what I'm also looking at? The upper deck, the 300 level is closed. It's closed. They did not sell tickets in the 300 level for a Caitlin Clark basketball game in LA. In Los Angeles, California, they did not sell upper deck tickets. There's no seats available because they're not selling seats. Because you would absolutely see resale tickets in the upper deck if they had sold them. You're talking about Suite B55 for $62. You can sit in a suite for the LA Sparks Indiana Fever game for $62. Sweet C, $57. I could go to a game right now in LA and sit in a damn suite for $57 to see Caitlin Clark play. Do you understand how outrageous that is? That would have never, ever happened 2 years ago. Ever. And all of these upper deck seats would be sold out. Let's jump in. Let's look at Friday. Back in Indiana against the Washington Mystics. Remember the trouble they had? Look at this. Look at this. This is the arena. This is the arena. And they do have standard tickets available. So take a look right there. You click it, standard ticket, apply. There's a lot of availability left here. They're selling tickets for $20. $20. Remember, their initial ticket price was $100 for the season opener to sit on the damn roof. Let's see. Look at this. Look at all the blue. You can see the pink. Those are resales. All the blue. They got lower level blue tickets available. You can sit row, whatever this is, for $165. Let's see what they're selling right behind it. $230. They ain't gonna sell that ticket. They gotta lower that thing. $130. Like, what is this one right here? $270. That one might have something attached to it. A hardwood club that might have something attached to it. You got thousands of tickets available, a few thousand tickets available in the blue alone for Friday night's game against the Washington Mystics. Friday night. Date night. People ain't going, man. People are showing you with their pocketbooks. They're not going to these games. There are a lot of tickets available. Heck, you want to go another game out? They play on Sunday against Seattle. 6 o'clock at night on Sunday. Let's take a look at this. Again, we could do it again. Filter this out. Let's go to standard again. Here we go. The whole building's available once again. All the upper deck. People ain't buying tickets, man. This is middle level or whatever. This might be the suite level if you call it. Tickets available on the lower. I mean, you could not buy tickets, people, 2 years ago to a Fever game. Again, tickets starting at $24. They have a fluctuating ticket price, by the way, clearly, because now this ticket right here is $24. So I guess because it's a Sunday, they're lowering prices on weekdays, raising them on weekends, and this is what you've got. So it's already being shown that there is a drop-off. Now, how much of a drop-off will make them have action? Who the hell knows? But there is already a drop-off, and it's in your face. It's in your face. Let's continue.
This thing on life support and subsidized it for like 30 years. It might just be beyond repair now if the WNBA used Caitlin Clark to fleece all of these investors, and knowing that she's not ever going to be right again, they might have just unknowingly destroyed the league. Like it really is. They're
Now, when he uses the term like fleece investors, I'll be real. I don't even know how you get investors into a professional sports league, so I'm not even going to pretend to know. If you're talking about investors being television companies, endorsers, sponsors, all that stuff, I don't know what investors are in the WNBA. You have teams that are owned by individuals. They have individual people that probably put in money as well to be a percent owner of a team. I don't know how it works, so I'm not even going to pretend to know. And the word fleece is pretty significant, to be honest. It's a significant term right there, if you ask me. I don't know that they fleeced anybody. I'm gonna refrain from accusing this league of committing fraud against investors, but it is a bad look. It's definitely a bad look, but I don't know that still ends the league anymore. Maybe at one point it did, but I don't think so anymore.
They're on really dangerous footing right now, I think.
What's the Ja Rule documentary about
Fire Festival?
Fire Fest.
That's what we're looking at, sports version of a fire festival, that they're flying around on private jets, which they can't justify that travel. They're staying at 4- and 5-star hotels that they can't justify. and the players are being overpaid. And the other thing, Scap, and Steve, I think you're familiar with this, like when you don't deliver the audience that you've promised advertisers, there's give backs. There's, hey, you owe us X amount. And that's where I think this thing could head. There were empty pockets of seats at the Indiana Fever's home opener. Christine Brennan documented this, showed pictures on her Twitter feed. For someone like me, the energy, the sound of the crowd, it was muted in comparison because the ball isn't in her hands as much as it used to be. She took none of the forced logo threes that had been her signature.
That's inaccurate. Okay, I'm gonna tell him he's inaccurate right there. She did not take. No, she took the logo threes. She took a number of logo threes. He's inaccurate. She took forced logo threes. That's not accurate. The place had empty pockets of seats. The place had lower level empty pockets of seats. People aren't going. But that's inaccurate. She did take the forced three. She was 2 of 9, and the 7 misses were pretty much all from 30 feet.
She took none of them. She actually played a smarter brand of basketball, but she just struggled. She couldn't knock down those threes. And I think in her last 9, if you go back her last 8 WNBA games and this first one this year, she's shooting like 20% from three-point range. These injuries have affected her shot.
So that's the video, man. I guess they went deeper into it, but no, the injuries have definitely affected her shot. Her shot's flatter. It has no arc. She has no lift. And when you can't lift off the ground with your legs, you can't shoot 30-footers. I mean, people have to remember this very, very clearly. If you have ever shot a basketball in your life, I would challenge you right now, and you haven't done it in a minute. If you haven't done it in a minute, take your butt to the gym right now. Go to an LA Fitness. Go wherever. Go to a basketball court at a park. Go to the three-point line. It's 19 feet 9 inches at any gym. Take 3 large steps back. Shoot the ball from there. I would bet you shoot an air ball. And the reason I would bet is because it takes a lot of power to take a 30-foot jump shot, for which most of these shots in the WNBA are not jump shots. Literally, they're like set push shots, and they're shot coming up, not jump shots, like not real jump shots. Go watch NBA players; those guys shoot jump shots. The women largely shoot push shots. But it takes even from a push shot perspective, it takes power from your legs to shoot from 30 feet out and even hit the rim. So she has tremendous power, but she's got an injury or injuries. And if you have a lower back issue, you lose power. If you have any leg issues, groin issues, you lose power. All those things come into play. So when Jason Whitlock says all of this stuff, I mean, I'm going to be real. I completely agree with him for almost everything he said, except for the thing where he said where she didn't take any of those forced threes. She did. I watched the game. She did. It is what it is. It is what it is. But hey, again, could they have been foreshadowing the fact that they know that she's not right? It's very well possible. And I'm going to tell you right now, the ticket sales tell you that people are already fed up. People are already fed up. The game on Friday against Washington will not sell out. The game in LA is playing they're not selling the upper deck. They're not selling the upper deck, and you can go watch and sit in the suite for $60 to watch Caitlin Clark play on Wednesday in LA. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Like the video, hype the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. Appreciate y'all as always. This is Indiana Fever Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.